I'm here at a wonderful shop located in Carnegie called Blue Monkey Tea with the lovely owner, Margaret Harris. And Margaret has been selling tea in the Pittsburgh area for a very long time. I want to introduce her. And also, I have a special guest with me today, as you know, Alan Levine, who we'll talk more to Alan in a minute, but he's a great tea lover. So part of our wellness series for Passport to Pittsburgh Adventures is how tea can help you in the new year. So Margaret, I'm so happy to be here in your new shop. This is a second location, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Margaret, first thing, I want to introduce you to all of our viewers because you are a really prominent person in the tea world of Pittsburgh. Is that correct?
I believe so.
And tell us about yourself. How did you get into tea? And this wasn't always called Blue Monkey Tea either, was it?
Correct. It used to be called Margaret's Fine Imports for many years. But since we sell mostly tea, I want to use a name that's a little more exotic and actually has tea in it.
Right. So tell us about yourself, Margaret. Where are you from? You don't sound like you have a Pittsburghese accent.
I don't.
What do you think, Alan? Does she have a Pittsburghese accent?
She does not.
She does not. You don't ever say, I have never heard you say, how yin's doing when we come in your shop.
I wish I could.
Where are you from, Margaret?
So I'm originally from, I was born in Poland and I actually had my first cup of tea when I was a baby because they give fennel tea to newborns in Poland. It prevents colic. And then we had tea with every meal. In Polish, Polish people drink tea with breakfast, dinner, lunch. When someone comes to your house, it was usually black tea with lemon and sugar.
So that is part of the Polish culture to drink tea as opposed to coffee or other beverages with their.
We do drink coffee, but
Okay.
tea is like a main beverage. Yes.
All right, wonderful.
And then in 2002, which is a long time ago, I opened my first shop in Squirrel Hill. So I've been in business now for about 19 years.
That's wonderful. That's where I first met you when I came upon your shop in Squirrel Hill, which had a lot of British things, and I was looking for some British tea items. Of course, you know the Brits, they love their
we
tea,
do.
right?
We have to have cookies for them too.
So you're from Poland. Just tell me briefly, how did you get to Pittsburgh?
I lived in actually quite a few countries before,
Yes.
and it's a very long story. I don't think you want to hear it.
Well,
Do you want to sit?
no, you're so cute. Well, maybe another time you can tell me. But however you got here, we're glad you're here because
you.
you bring so much wonderful tea to Pittsburgh. So I want to introduce Alan because Alan is our special guest today, and he is very, very interested in the benefits, health benefits of tea. And he is the impetus for this program today because he started to tell me about how drinking green tea every day, changed his health. And is that so, Alan?
Yes, this is true. And first of all, Kim, thank you for inviting me to be a collaborator on your show here.
I'm
honored.
so excited.
And then I'm so excited to meet Deborah in the back and Margaret, the owner of this great place. She already made fun of me with my first choice of tea, but that's okay. She gave me a couple others, and I'm starting my third cup of green tea here at the shop. So I'm very happy.
Oh, boy. And how many do you drink a day, Alan?
Between 6 and 12.
My goodness. And I see you've made friends with the Blue Monkey here at Blue Monkey Tea.
Somehow it's wrapped around my throat. So you got to come to Blue Monkey Tea. It's a great place. It's so convenient here. It's across from a Marathon gas station, a new O'Reilly auto place they opened up, and it's just here in Heidelberg, actually, like Carnegie-Heidelberg border. It's easy to find.
It is.
And
Very
the health benefits that I got to get to that because, I can get off subject.
Exactly.
I used to get sinus infections so bad it would hurt when I'd brush my hair, and it would hurt here.
Mm-hmm.
I'd get antibiotics, a series of antibiotics. And my sister brought a magazine to me one time. She goes, "You're a bit of a health nut. Did you see that if you drink at least 3 cups of green tea, it would help with your sinus infections?" I go, "Give me that magazine." And for 19 years, I've been drinking it. and I haven't had a sinus infection or antibiotics in 19 years. So that's why I'm passionate about it.
Yes.
And I do my loose leaf green tea weather report every day.
Yes,
My
yes,
first cup of green tea, and no, it doesn't freeze. I'm only out there about a minute or less to take that picture off my deck.
Followers of your Facebook page would know that Alan does a green tea weather report every day. And so he's not only passionate about green tea, but I think he's a frustrated meteorologist as well.
No, I have one point on that. And we're from Pittsburgh. No offense to you being from Poland. I respect that. And people in Pittsburgh do one thing that we all have in common, and I don't know if you argue with me or not, but we must complain about the weather each day.
We do. It's either too hot, too cold, too wet, too dry. But it's
Thank you.
Pittsburgh. All right. Well,
Let's
listen.
get
Let's
some more
get back.
green tea.
Let's get more green tea. So now we know that Alan's passionate,
I
and
think he really likes it.
I think he really does too.
My new friend.
But I know you want to. We want to really ask you: is there really, truly a benefit to drinking green tea?
I can do this. Thanks.
Okay.
So, yes, absolutely. People who drink tea, they generally stay healthier. They live longer. They're happier, and they're more beautiful.
Well, there you go.
Your tea helped my skin. I accidentally knocked that cup. Thank you.
And why? What is in it, or why? Can you tell me that?
First of all, tea has enormous amount of antioxidants, and antioxidants counteract free radicals. So generally, they help prevent from mutations, and free radicals are bad for you. And tea, as a fighter against free radicals, is going to help you ward them off. There are studies done every day around the world on health benefits of tea. In fact, a couple years ago, I went to a tea health conference in Washington, D.C. with
Yes.
very, known professors, scientists from around the world, and they were conducting lectures, and they were talking about their studies on benefits of tea. However, the main benefit is the enormous amount of antioxidants. Then tea also helps with cardiovascular health. Tea is good for dental health. It actually prevents cavity.
Oh, wow.
Here,
Didn't
I'll
know
tell you-
that.
I'll tell you a quick story. I went through a divorce, and I hadn't seen my dentist in 3 years. They were calling the wrong number and all that, so of course they didn't check any further or whatever. So I go in there, and they go, "What are you doing?" And I go, "Why? What's the problem?" They go, "Your gums are so healthy." I go, "I drink green tea, and it kills bacteria."
Wow.
And they said, "Well, keep doing what you're doing." They go, "You need to
That's
floss a little bit, but
That's fantastic.
but how about that for after 3 years not
Yes.
going?"
Correct.
So I'm a believer. There's like polyphenols, catechins, and other stuff in there that are antioxidants.
Yes.
And that's why I'm a huge fan of it. And here's another thing. I like to get a suntan. It actually helps you so you don't burn. So it
Oh,
will
how about
help you.
that?
I've done some research on that.
How
for
about
you.
that? Well,
Although there's no worry about sunburn here in Pittsburgh.
no, not
I
today.
work on my tan. I'm a little pale right now, but every day sipping on my deck, I work on that tea. Go
I
back
also
days.
I also think that Al is the proof that tea boosts immune system, because look at him, he's not even wearing a sweater.
Yes,
And he's feeling
he's
good. So
very healthy.
That's another quality of health benefit of green tea.
Is it just?
Well,
I
not
wear
just
the
green
monkey.
tea. No.
It's
How does
right.
the
Monkey,
monkey look?
looks good. But here's my question: is it just green tea, or black tea and other teas? Do they also?
Believe it or not, there isn't that much difference. But because green tea is unoxidized, the antioxidants are more prominent. They work better in
Okay.
green tea. The main antioxidant in green tea is epigallocatechin gallate. Can you repeat that?
No, I
Wow.
always say it's like EE something, and it's a big word. That's
That
what
is
I
a
call
big
it.
word. Could
and
you
it's
say
fantastic.
that?
Say it again.
Say it again.
Epigallocatechin gallate, EGCG.
That's I go by the
Oh,
ECGC.
EGCG.
Don't confuse with ACDC.
I like the ACDC.
They probably like tea.
Okie dokie. So
I
that
like that too.
that ingredient is what.
This is the main
One of the main.
antioxidant in tea, and because green tea is an oxidized, it's more prominent. It works better. However, folks, if you drink black tea, oolong, white tea, whatever, as long as it's from a real tea plant, which I have a little
Oh, look at
sample
that.
here.
Explain
And
them
where'd
how
you-
all the
yes.
tea comes from this plant.
Correct.
It's only
Yeah.
one plant.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It
all the
is.
hundreds of flavors come from here.
I brought this from Charleston, South Carolina a few months ago, but it's really hard to
It has
grow
a bud.
tea.
We can
yeah,
make white tea
it's
from it.
actually a flower.
I understand.
Well, okay. Tell us about
Beautiful.
tea then. I know you're a wealth of knowledge about tea, the history and how it's grown. Is it the most popular beverage on the planet?
Yes.
I would
after
think
water.
After water. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But believe it or not, in 18th century, Queen Anne in England switched from beer to tea
Whoa.
for breakfast.
Well, gee, I switched from beer to tea for
Because
breakfast.
beer was actually safer.
Oh,
to
then
drink
safer than
water.
drinking the water.
And in fact, tea probably saved many, many lives throughout centuries because people, by drinking tea, they had to actually boil water.
Yes,
So that was big health benefit.
and killed the bacteria in
And
the
it
water.
still is in some countries where, there's not much resources for like healthy beverages.
Yes.
By boiling water, they kill germs and they stay healthier.
Okay, wonderful.
So tea has been known for about 5,000 years. It was discovered by Emperor Shennong, who, while resting in his garden, he found a leaf of tea in his cup of hot water. He liked it. He sent servants for more. So originally, tea was only known in China for
Yes.
centuries, and it was considered elixir of life, which still is, as you see.
Sure.
The
And I'm a
gentleman
big
here.
fan of it because the emperors drank this green tea.
Well,
years.
his tea was also picked in a very special way. The tea
Sure.
for emperors had to be picked by virgins.
My goodness.
Wow,
Had to be very pure.
Tell us more.
the story gets better, doesn't it?
They had to use golden scissors, and it had to be picked at the very special time of the day, right between the night
What
and
time
day.
was it?
Yeah. So no, it's true that tea played significant role in history, culture, religion
Yes.
of East, and still, and of course, here now as well. Believe it or not, in America there is no such thing as tea culture because Boston Tea Party
Yeah.
made people stop drink tea.
Well, they taxed the tea, so they were fighting against
So
that. Yes.
in opposition to taxation on tea and other products, but generally on tea, people stopped drinking tea in America. They started drinking
And
coffee.
when was that?
I thought,
Yeah, I
You asked me earlier when I first
remember?
came in, December 16th, 1773.
congratulations.
There you
just
go.
won a Blue Monkey.
I'm honored. How can you beat this place?
We are actually planning on doing Boston Tea Party, Pittsburgh Tea Party on December 16th this year.
Oh, that would
I'm
be
going to
wonderful.
dumping not tea because my customers tell me I cannot dump any tea, but we're gonna
Well,
dump
hold it.
something.
Wasn't it all
Yes.
the black tea? We want the green tea.
Yes.
I'll keep the green tea, throw the black tea in the river.
Well, Margaret, you have a great shop here. Not only do you sell teas and tea accessories, you also have classes here, correct?
Yes, yes.
And what kind of classes do you have?
We have Explore Tea class with tea tasting, where you learn about history of tea, types of tea, health benefits, how to make the best cup of tea, and this is sort of like my setup for
Yes.
class.
And there is a proper way for steeping.
Right, because
Yes.
not only you need to get good tea, which loose leaf tea is always best, but also proper preparation will help you taste it. It will taste much better if you make it properly, and it will provide more health benefits, especially with green tea.
Okay. So I know you have set up such a beautiful display for us here today, and you want to show us some of the things that help make a better cup of tea.
Correct.
So why don't you go ahead and show us kind of some of the things that you wanted to show us here? And I know we're going to have a special tasting with you too.
Right.
Okay, great.
So,
I can't wait. What are you going to show us?
Okay.
I will probably. We are actually going to do a mini Japanese tea ceremony. We're going to do a mini Chinese tea ceremony, You already had too much tea. I don't know if you can handle
No,
it.
no, I'm ready for more.
Okay.
I've only had 4 cups today, 2 here and 2 at home. Let's go.
So just to show you the basic equipment to make tea, this is classic
Tea ball.
infuser.
Infuser.
Tea ball. Many people call them diffuser, but that's not correct. They call infuser, and they come in different sizes. This one, it's always better to use bigger size because leaves have more room to open up. So you
They
can
do
work on-
expand.
Right.
Yes.
And so now the other ones that can be used are little
That's what I
baskets.
use.
Yep. This one is great for teas that have small leaves because this is
It's a
very,
finer-
very tight.
A finer net. Yes.
And I always recommend getting one of these. These are tea
Oh.
measures.
Okay.
You have
That
to
way you can
use-
be consistent, right?
right, but you generally use about 2 teaspoons to make American mug, American cup, because these are
Very big.
yeah cup. You know.
Yes. We
And it-
everything's big here in
have-
America. Yes.
Or 8 to 10, 12-ounce
Yes,
cups. These are
right.
only 4
Or
ounces.
venti.
Right.
Do you know what that means?
No.
20 in Italian. So
Venti.
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 Now I know.
are we going to Starbucks now?
Yes.
So,
Your treat.
so they, it's very important to use proper amount of tea because it tastes better and you have full benefit. You know, you use about 2 teaspoons per mug. Water should be boiled to a proper. You know, boil your water. It's good to boil water, but cool
How
it
about
off.
what I do? I stop right before it's starting to boil.
Yes, if the water is
Is that
good
a good-
quality, that's fine. Don't use distilled water. Use
Right.
filtered or spring water. You can use tap water. In fact, I participated in Tea Infusion Challenge in 2012 in Las Vegas at World.
I use a filtered water.
Good. Although, we'll talk about this later. 'Cause
Okay.
Filtered water, the more minerals in the water, the better the tea tastes.
Well, mine takes chlorine out, so we don't need that chlorine.
Right.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yes, so you have proper temperature and steeping time. And it's always, look at me, guys. 2 minutes for green tea, 4 minutes for black tea, 7, 6. 6 for.
It lost something in the
No,
translation.
it is 6. It is 6. Okay.
6 minutes for what?
For herbals.
Herbals.
Mm-hmm.
246.
Yep.
Okay. Got you.
And you can
All
also
right.
use teapots that already have infuser inside.
Aw,
so this is really
that's
nice.
sweet. Yes.
You can use cast iron teapots. Everybody loves them.
That is
so
beautiful.
beautiful.
You can work out with them too.
Yes, they are heavy.
Uh huh.
Iron. They are iron.
And what is this one here? Is
This
very
is,
beautiful.
It's a little indecent.
Yeah.
Um,
Buddha.
It's Buddha.
It's a teapot handmade in Yixing province in China. They have this is as well. They're made from a special clay. They keep tea hot, and also you're not supposed to use them for more than one type of tea because they gain the flavor of tea.
It absorbs the
Absorbs
flavor.
it, yes,
Oh, I
absorbs.
understand.
Very interesting.
Okay.
This is a Chinese special tray for a Chinese tea ceremony called Gongfu ceremony, and it has a little dripping tray in there too.
I see.
And they all over the world. They
How
drink-
big are those cups?
They're about 3 ounces. And this is how people drink tea around the world. They make tea constantly, and they use small cups.
Yes.
Not like here, where
But
you
the
have
big
one
mug.
big mug, and 15, 20 minutes later, your tea is cold. Speaking of cold tea, you know that
I
here,
drink it hot or cold. It doesn't matter.
85% of tea drinkers in America drink tea in the form of iced tea, which I never had iced tea until I came here. But
There you go. But
And,
the same benefits of drinking it hot or cold.
yes.
Okay.
And actually, if you're dieting, because tea also helps you lose weight.
Yes.
It's better to drink cold tea because your body has to work a little harder to warm up after drinking cold beverage.
In particularly a tea called mata herbe.
Yerba mate.
Herba mata. It also is very good for losing
It's high in
weight.
caffeine, though.
But this is not tea.
It is not tea.
It is not tea. It's a different
Ah.
plant. So
Okay, well, I know
so-
I started to drink that in South America once,
Yes.
and they drink that all day long there.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, they do. Matter of fact, the Spaniards took over and they enslaved the Indians and all the people, and they weren't working. They found out they had cut their yerba mate out of their diets, so they put it back in, and they were good workers.
Yes. Gives them energy.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Well,
And
why don't we
What do
have
we
a little
have here?
taste of something?
Deborah? Oh, actually,
Oh.
I do. I just want to demonstrate very quickly
Okay.
how to make matcha. And,
So you're going to make matcha for us.
yes.
What do you need?
Oh, yeah, right here. This is Izu matcha. It's high grade, called ceremonial grade matcha.
Sure.
You
And it's very fine, like a powder, isn't it?
Yes, so I'm not sure if you can see that, or if maybe we can do it later. We're going to use about 2 scoops, which is equivalent of.
Those are hefty scoops.
Right, I like to make it stronger. It's called thick matcha because it gives you a little more,
I've had it before. It's delicious.
And here, help me. I need. Oh, actually,
We're good.
you put approximately 3-4 ounces of water,
Mm-hmm.
and then use this bamboo. It's called
Wow, look at
Look
that.
at that.
chasen, and whisk it. Takes a couple minutes or less.
And you sell all of these things here, Margaret. You have the little whisks and everything.
Yep.
That's so cool.
This is called chashaku. This is chasen. It's made from 1 piece of bamboo.
Uh-huh.
It's nicely carved. It takes a long time to make one. I watched a video on YouTube once how they make it. I almost fell asleep. It's really good idea to have a little sweet before sipping matcha. Matcha is quite pungent, and that's because of the high level of antioxidants. Because
Okay.
the more antioxidants in tea, the more pungent it is.
Of course. So, what is the little sweet we're going to taste first?
This is it's not classic traditional Japanese sweet, but I just use the marzipan from
Okay.
Let me take one.
Thank you.
German.
Thank you.
And before you try this, you're supposed to swallow the
The sweetness.
sweet. Don't keep it in mouth when you try tea because you won't be able to perceive
Okay.
taste the flavor. Brace yourselves.
Okay, I'm ready.
In Japanese tea ceremony, you would drink straight from the bowl in 3 or 4 sips, and the last one is loud. You're supposed to slurp
How are
to
you?
show host appreciation for tea.
Okay.
So I'll just do this. It's not very.
Thank
not a
you.
proper way, but it will work.
3 sips, you said?
Now, the reason why did I give you that sweet?
I understand now. Very strong.
It's a shot of health. Good job. But
Let
that
me
wasn't
try.
your last one.
Oh, well, you said 3.
Do it again, please.
All right, I'm ready to slurp.
Great.
Only on BPTV.
Yum. That is really pungent.
Thank you.
So we will. Do you have any other questions?
I don't think so. You've been so informative. And Alan, did you have any other questions? We want to take a walk around the shop and look.
No, she
Oh,
covered all these subjects
I
here.
know what I
It's
wanted.
just fantastic.
It is. She's wonderful. You have something for us to taste, I recall.
Yes.
Yes.
Where's Deborah?
Let's bring Deborah out.
Can we have
There she is.
Oh.
Deborah! Hi, Deborah.
set them up here?
She's right on cue.
Deborah, come on in here for just a minute. We'll introduce you.
Okay.
This is Deborah, and you work here at Blue Monkey.
I do.
And tell us, what do you do?
Well, I enjoy all the customer service. Everybody comes in the door, and I recommend all the great teas and specialty items we have here.
And what's your favorite tea to drink?
My favorite is Earl Grey.
Earl Grey. I do love some Earl Grey myself.
We have green Earl
So
Grey.
tell us what you brought us to taste.
I brought you some matcha muffins.
Come on over closer here.
No
Okay.
way. Matcha muffins.
Yes.
Okay. Oh my goodness, Margaret, you said you were going to have something interesting for us to taste. And who makes these? Do you make these here at the shop?
No, I have a friend who is a caterer. She owns a company called Get Mo Muffins,
Get Mo Muffins.
and she makes these muffins with peppermint matcha and chocolate chips.
Oh my gosh, sounds delicious.
So this is one of the uses of tea because you can not only drink tea, but you may also
Cook with it.
I know I do. I add some of my tea leaves to my chicken and things like that. It's delicious.
You have to probably come back again and do about
Yes.
2 hour.
Little cooking class,
Going
maybe,
to.
We
huh?
also have plenty of spices. We also sell
Right.
spices for cooking.
Oh my goodness, wonderful. So,
But
all
we
right, shall we
will-
taste one of those? We're going to taste some tea now. I'm
Yes,
so
yes.
excited.
I want to offer you some of the best teas that we have.
Okay.
And this one is called Guangzhou Milk Oolong. And this is probably the best tea you ever had.
And where is it from?
It's from China.
From China.
Guangzhou
Can I take a
region.
cup?
Yes, absolutely. But before you drink, please smell the aroma.
Oh,
It's lovely.
it's
It's
a
Very light.
vanilla
floral,
butter. Yeah.
buttery,
Buttery.
creamy, and it's not flavored. This tea just this
Tastes
is
like
the way
this.
it is.
I can't
Um,
wait.
Then take a sip. You can slurp too to have a better, you know.
Does it taste so
taste.
buttery?
And also, after you sip tea like this, exhale with your mouth closed, and then you have so-called echo. And this is the good way to taste those, you know, rare teas.
It's delicious. So
Thank you.
different.
Yes.
This is
So
three and a
different.
half cups so far.
So
I
isn't
love
it
that.
lovely?
I love that. Cheers. To your health. To your
Cheers
health.
To your health, happiness, and new friends.
And so you
Milk
say
oolong?
it's good to slurp.
Slurping is I do level 2 tea classes too for connoisseurs. I guess you might qualify for that.
Thank you.
And I teach people how to learn about specific, you know, characteristics, features of tea, sort of like wine tasting.
Yes.
But with tea. So
Yes.
I teach about, you know, chemistry of tea, tea terroir,
Yeah.
and how to identify what to look for when buying teas, and tasting them, because if you just take a cup of tea like this and you drink it without knowing about tea or knowing what to look for
Sure.
in taste, you're not going to get the full experience.
Right.
So,
So when you slurp, does it like help you with
slurping
the tasting?
actually gives like a burst of tea to the back of your mouth, so all your taste buds are
I'm
involved.
going to try it. I'll
And you
slurp.
believe
That
it,
helped me.
believe it or
Thank
not,
you.
it will taste different parts of your mouth too.
I believe you.
The second tea I have
Yum.
is let me just
My cup's
My
still
cup
there.
here.
okay. This is hojicha, which is Japanese roasted green tea. It's slightly different than most green teas. Here you go. Help yourselves.
Oh, thank you.
And I will ask you.
This is a little bit more fruity. Yes?
Yes. Keep describing. Let's see if you will pass the course. What do you think?
It's a little fuller taste.
Do you taste any nuttiness in it?
Yes.
Toastiness?
Yes. I can sense it when I smelled it, a little bit of
This
roasted.
this tea is great for people who don't like kind of grassy, kind of pungent taste in green tea. This tea is more toned down. It's a little toasty, and it's very pleasant.
Very
To
smooth.
my
It's also
friends,
green tea.
to my friends that complain about it being too grassy, you can't even tell it's green tea.
This is similar tea. It's called genmaicha. It's a tea actually with brown rice in it.
Wow.
Which some of it popped and looks like popcorn. And that's also very pleasant green tea.
Oh, yes.
I'm just introducing you to a couple other green teas.
smells so wonderful.
That's
That is great.
This here is one of the best teas in the world. It's called Gyokuro. Thank you. It is super green. Gyokuro is shade grown, for the last 4 weeks before harvest, they cover
Very strong.
them with awnings, and then because there's not enough sunshine, this tea produces more chlorophyll and it grows slower. However, because of the slower growth, leaves are smaller and the flavor and aroma is more concentrated.
It smells like it.
It's super green.
Very grassy.
It's grassy, but
Yeah.
it's very
That went
juicy
to that
at the
extent.
same
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Thanks for sharing that.
time. One more?
What
Yes.
else do
And
you
this
have?
one is darker. What is this one?
This is that mango pear green tea.
Oh,
So it's with a flavor.
Oh, you can smell it.
It's for people who like flavors in their tea. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And don't forget, we also have blooming teas that open up. And maybe we will show it a little later. I have blooming tea open up and blooming in a pot, in a glass pot over there.
It's always
Okay.
exciting to see that.
yes.
Not only nice, beautiful, it's good to have a clear glass teapot because you can see the color of tea better.
Yes.
But also
Those are lovely.
How much are those teapots?
Oh, they're not. These here are about $34, but they also come with the infuser.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Oh, let me show you one more product real
Here,
quick.
I'll hold the mic. You run.
Yes.
I actually really love the first tea.
The milk oolong.
The
yes.
buttery one is so lovely.
And no worries, there's no milk in it. So if you're
Yeah, no,
lactose
it's-
intolerant, you can.
Oh, good.
Speaking of health benefits of tea, tea also doesn't have any calories, and it's very no carbonation, no calories, and also has a lot of minerals and electrolytes. So it's a great beverage. This is one of our best
What is it?
tea
Travel
mites for
infuser.
tea. You have a basket for tea. You place hot water here, or not so hot for green tea.
Sure.
Place the lid on, flip for steeping,
How
flip it back,
awesome.
open, and you can drink without removing the leaves.
Wow.
Great for re-steeping. All you have to
Yes.
do is just keep adding water. And it locks too. So
That's a great
All
gadget.
day long. That'll help me
I
towards
need
my
one
12
of those.
cups.
I need one of those. That's a great
not
gadget.
a traditional way to make tea.
No, but if you're a person who's working on the go, it's nice. You can have your tea all the time without having.
Yep.
Yeah.
have more muffins. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Unbelievable.
That was a wonderful tasting. Thank you so much.
This is magic. It's a magic.
Let's
tea.
see your magic, Margaret.
You place tea leaves. I use our blend called Triple Z, which makes you sleepy. It's not real tea. It's a blend.
I'm
of
not
herbs.
drinking any of this.
But that actually helps a lot of people to sleep in
And
Pittsburgh.
people need that.
Yeah, some people really do.
You place tea leaves in magic, and then you pour. I'm going to reuse.
Show
this
how it
one.
doesn't spill out. It's magic.
I'll fill it up all the way.
And you let it steep in there.
Yes, we will let it steep. And I'd say after 2 minutes for green tea, 4 minutes for black, or 6 for herbs, you place it on any mug. But I like glass because it shows the color.
Wonderful.
And it just.
Me too, Margaret.
Ah,
Yellow
Yeah.
tea.
Yes.
He's drinking yellow tea, which is very unusual. We have great iced tea makers too.
Oh, wonderful.
Since it's still snowy out there. Although we do have a lot of customers who like to drink iced tea in winter.
Welcome to America.
Yes, iced tea.
Everybody's complaining about weather, but they like cold beverages.
Well, I
Go
don't
figure
know.
that out.
It is the time of year for a nice warm cup of tea, though.
Yes.
It just makes you feel good when you come in
Yep.
from the cold.
In fact, speaking of health benefits, I would like to point out that tea is not only healthy because of the chemistry in it, but also because it's a lifestyle. The tea is associated with slowing down, sitting, relaxing, enjoying the smell, the aroma. And also, you do have to take a little more time to prepare a cup of tea.
Yes.
So, just in preparation, you know, um, enjoying the aroma of tea, drinking, you have to kind of slow down. People who drink tea are generally much more relaxed.
That's a good thing to work on in 2019,
Thank you.
isn't it?
Yes,
Alan?
excellent.
Yes.
I'll try.
And
Yes.
those people are nicer too.
Absolutely. I love it. People who drink tea are healthier, more beautiful, more relaxed, and nicer. I think we all want to work towards that this year, don't we?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Well, shall we? Is it time to taste our muffins?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. Here you go. So, matcha muffins made by Robin from Getmo Muffins. She
you.
used
the-
powdered green tea, peppermint matcha, because matcha comes with different flavors now, and also with chocolate chips. So one of these will be as good as a cup of coffee.
You're kidding.
Wow.
And it's
Okay.
yummy.
Thank you.
It looks the color is amazing.
Yep.
It is. Oh, I got a big chocolate
You
chip
can
here.
make cheesecakes.
Mm.
You can make smoothies, of course. You can add matcha to your ice cream.
Delicious.
Now this counts.
Thank
for,
you.
This
You
counts for a
enjoy
cup,
with
Alan.
both hands.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Margaret, this is delicious. We're going to list Getmo Muffins and how you can contact Getmo Muffins at the end of the program today. And she has a variety of muffins made with matcha,
Right.
that you can order through her website. So thank you so much, Margaret.
You're very
This
welcome.
has been just wonderful, informative, delightful, fun, and always good to share your knowledge with us. You have 2 locations.
Yes.
Would you tell everyone? This one is located in the South Hills in
And
Carnegie.
This is the name.
Yes.
Blue Monkey Tea Company. And we do have a location in Squirrel Hill. This was our original location
Mm-hmm.
at 5872 Forbes Avenue, very close to Little's, the shoe store.
Mm-hmm.
So while you're shopping for
shoes at Little's for me and my kids.
Right in the
Good for
heart
you.
of Squirrel Hill.
Right.
It's a lovely little shop, too.
and classes, events are usually held over there. We are planning on having chocolate and tea pairing class for Valentine's. You guys are both invited. All three of you.
Oh, yay!
We will also have tea infused beer class coming up.
Oh,
We're
fun.
going to have tea book club event because there are several teas, fiction and nonfiction.
Yes.
For example, if anybody is interested in tea, and especially in pu'er tea, which
I
is
was
a
going to
type-
ask you what this is.
This is aged tea.
Aged tea.
They press tea leaves into a cake like this
Mm-hmm.
and age it in a cellar for a number of months and years, and it gains specific earthy, very smooth flavor, sort of like with wines.
yes.
Some of the pu'er teas that are 20 years or older, called vintage pu'er, they cost about $3,000 to $6,000.
Oh, my
something
goodness.
Like this.
So, aged cheese, aged wine,
Right.
anything aged
Right.
is more intense in flavor.
Actually, it's the
not-
other way around.
or smooth.
It's very smooth.
Smooth in flavor and more expensive.
Well, ours are 1 year aged, so
Mm-hmm.
they're not that expensive. But we have a big increase in interest in pu'er
Yes.
teas because pu'er tea is known to burn fat faster, so it's used in dieting too.
Wonderful.
In fact, I do have diet tea here because many customers were asking me
Oh, this is
about teas and herbs that will help you to lose weight. So
well.
I
This
call
is
it
part
Fast
of the
10.
New Year's. Everybody wants to
And
lose weight.
Incorporates pu'er tea, slimming oolong, rooibos, chickweed, and yerba mate as
What
well.
a combination there.
Wow. yes.
I did lose 18 pounds. So.
Did you? And how much do you drink a day of it?
You drink as much as you can between meals.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
But pu'er tea in China is, well, they use it for health benefit because it helps to digest foods, but also because it's a connoisseur item.
I see. Wonderful.
The
So
same with
interesting.
a tea brick.
A
This is
tea
also
brick. This is a tea brick. Wow. And how do you just break a piece off of it to
You chip it.
chip it?
You can use special gadgets with gadget
Uh-huh.
called pu'er knife.
It's so beautiful. It
We-
looks like a work of art.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And it's very
heavy.
Enjoying yourself.
He is.
Delicious.
He
This is
Do you want to
wonderful.
hold this? Have you ever had?
Yes.
a tea
Okay.
brick.
Look, me and the monkey.
In fact, I will give it to you.
No way.
So you will have it in your
I'm so honored.
office.
Thank you.
Yes. And we'll see how long it will take you to use it.
It may take a while.
Wonderful, wonderful.
But I think you like muffins better, right?
Yes.
Yes, well, they're delicious. We're also going to list then your website and how everyone can go on the website and find out about all the events that are held
Right.
at Blue Monkey Tea Company. And just pop in and visit Margaret. She's always eager to share her knowledge of tea and her love of tea, and always eager to meet new friends who want to have the benefits of tea in their life. So, Margaret, thank you so much. We
Thank
were
you,
so happy to be here
Thank you.
and to share in our tea adventure today.
I hope we can do more of this.
I hope we can too. Let's do
I wanna
more.
come back.
Okay, Alan, you behave with that blue monkey, and you're
Thank
invited
you.
back.
You were-
Thank you.
You can work here if you like.
Really?
Yeah.
Will I get tea for pay?
Yes. And muffins.
We might have a deal.